Good morning, I'm Rochelle Martinez.
And I'm Nayana Nizola, and welcome to this week's episode of Bulldog TV.
Homecoming was a blast. Thanks to all the students who came out to our dance and supported your Bulldogs during last week's pep rally. It was amazing to see all of our students show up and celebrate school spirit. Core Value Awards are back. Look for posters around the school to nominate an outstanding classmate for an award.
Did you know that the average student will have $735 in class fees over their 4 years at Arvada High School? And that does not include athletic fees, bus fees, AP testing fees, or field trip fees. These can be waived, but families must apply for a waiver every year. We can't waive fees until that application is completed.
You can still order school pictures from LifeTouch. If you didn't get an ID, retake/makeup day is October 7th. Seniors, you can submit a senior photo until October 18th with a $15 late fee. Check the yearbook page of the school website for more information.
What is your plan after graduation? All students and families are invited to learn about options after high school at our post-secondary planning night on September 25th from 6 to 7 p.m. in the library. If you have failed a class and need to make up that credit to stay on track for graduation, you should attend our night to school. There will be 2 to 3 week sessions starting on September 30th and November 4th. Each session costs $20.
Here is your attendance update for the week. 9th graders had an average attendance of 83%, 10th graders are at 81%, 11th graders have a rate of 84%, and 12th graders lead the pack with 86%. Overall, the school has an average attendance rate of 83%.
Now we welcome Kaden Mitchell to introduce a new feature, our Science Fact of the Week.
Hi, my name is Kaden, and this is your Science Fact of the Week. As we move into the fall season, the fall equinox has just taken place, so, break out the pumpkin spice and those sweaters. This means that the day and the night are nearly equal in length, because the sun is positioned directly above the equator. As a result, most places on Earth experience the same amount as night as they do day. And the fall equinox marks the official beginning of autumn in the northern hemisphere. After this point, the days will continue to get shorter, and the nights will continue to get longer. By the time the winter solstice arrives on December 21st, we will experience the shortest amount of daylight the year will see. That's your Science Fact of the Week, and look out for your next one in Bulldog Town.
Thanks, Kaden. Let's check in with Damien and Leslie with these week's sports update.
Thanks, Nayeli and Rochelle. Here are your Arvada Bulldog sports updates for this week. Last weekend's homecoming game was a huge success with student parents and teachers. Your Bulldogs beat Lincoln 60-0 with quarterback Anthony Miller scoring on multiple touchdown runs. The offense was clicking early and scored on every possession, leading to a rout by halftime. Football has a bye this week, but will be back in action against Rush on October 4th.
Soccer had a big win last week, beating Lake County by a score of 5-2. They play again tonight against Alameda. Tomorrow night game against Fort Lupton. The time has changed. The game will now start at 6 p.m. Your girls volleyball team is on a roll. They are now 8-4 after beating Pinnacle last week. They played last night at Inglewood to take the court tomorrow here at Arvada against Middle Park.
Softball has been busy playing against Inglewood and Middle Park last week, winning both games, including an overtime thriller against Middle Park. They played last night against Forge Christian, tonight against at home Jefferson, and tomorrow at home against Woodland Park, and Friday against Adams City.
Flag football lost last week, but freshman Samaya led the team with a rushing touchdown. They play again this Saturday at against Littleton at Trailblazer Stadium.
Fidel sat down with our cross-country coach, Miss McConaughey, for this week's episode of Coach's Corner.
Family on me, 1, 2, 3, family!
Hello and welcome to another episode of Coach's Corner. This week we have Coach McConaughey from the cross country team, and we're gonna start off by asking her a couple of questions. The first question we're gonna ask her is, which athlete do you think has made the biggest jump from last season to this season?
Well, this season I have all new kids. So the two I had last year were seniors. So right now I just have I have a brand new team. But since we started at the beginning of August, I've seen a big growth in all of them. We've had a couple athletes actually knock down their time by a few minutes from first meet to the last meet. So I would say they're all improving, but I don't have any from last season to this season.
Oh, so you have a complete different roster since last season.
Yep, completely new team.
Do you think that's going to be a struggle? Or
I think the kids that I have this year have a lot of passion for it. So I think it's like rebuilding. We're going to gain some momentum, and they're really excited to run each day. So I think it's going to push us in the right direction for next year.
what has been your favorite meet this season?
This season I thought was really cool. We got to travel out to Bailey, which is like an hour southwest. And the kids got to run on trails rather than loops or city trails. And so they got to see just a different part of, Colorado. And so they could do some different running. And they got to go uphill, downhill, in the mountains. And it was a lot cooler, so it was helpful for their meet.
Do you think it was a struggle for the kids, like running this new trail instead of like the track?
I do. I mean, it was a completely different type of trail. It was a little bit higher in elevation, so when you go higher in elevation, it's a little bit harder to breathe. It had more hills, and a lot of times around Arvada. I mean, we have a few hills here, but often it's more flat and like, what am I trying to say? Like pretty, it's just consistent, where this time they weren't really sure. We didn't have a chance to like preview the course. And so, yeah, they had to go uphill, downhill. So it was pretty cool. They really enjoyed it the most, too.
How are you preparing your athletes for like these type of meets?
So we run every day, actually 4 days a week. We go to the gym, the weight room 1 day a week, just to kind of help them, develop different muscles. We do different types of workout. We'll do long runs, and then we'll do some speed work, and then we do tempo runs, which are kind of in the middle where you run fast but for a longer period of time. And once a week I try to take them out to North Table, which is a trail we have right over here in Arvada. And again, they really love doing the trails, and then that way they can see the dirt pack, they can go uphill, they can go downhill, and really train different muscles. And so just trying to give them a variety so that they can be ready for any meet.
Do you think it's been like a struggle for them since it's like their first year doing cross country, they're like doing all this new stuff?
Definitely. I mean, being a new team, we really started. I had a couple of my athletes run over the summer with me, but most other schools have started running since beginning of June. So my athletes are working super hard to do their best. We only started in August, and so I think sometimes it's hard because we're just at a different level right now with like our training and our base miles, and so we are working to just like figure out what running is, how to pace ourselves. And so I think it's a struggle just because I haven't had as much time with my athletes to develop them as maybe some other schools have. But that hasn't got them down, and they do really well. I mean, we get mid-pack in races, and it's super cool.
Do you think by next year you're going to see like a lot of progress compared to like the beginning of August?
I do, because since I have a few freshmen that are on the team, I think I have 4 freshmen. So I think like as long as they want to stick with it and we can train over the summer, it's going to be a ginormous leap from where we are this year to next year, as long as I can have time with them and they put in the effort too. I can't imagine it being us be 10 times where we are now with the proper training for next year.
All right, the final question. Who is your favorite Disney princess?
Oh man, my favorite Disney princess. Well, this was a tough one, but I think my favorite Disney princess has to be, I'm going to go with Rapunzel because, she was kind of the first princess there that could take care of herself, and she was funny, she's happy, and yeah.
Do you relate to her? Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I do. I think because just being a girl, I appreciated that Disney princess because it really changed from princesses needing to be taken care of to actually being able to, it showed women able to take care of themselves, right? It was nice to have a companionship, but like she also wanted to be the one to take care of her partner. So I thought that was really cool and brought a new perspective to our Disney princesses.
All right. Thank you. This is the end of this week's Coach's Corner.
And before we go today, we want to wish a very happy birthday to our own sports anchor and photographer extraordinaire, Edmund Ferguson.
That's all for today. We'll see you next week on Bulldog TV.